do that? Make you wonder what they're doing? We're going to be talking about thumbs today. Look at your thumb. Look at your hand. Look at the shape of your thumb. What does it tell us, right? Have you ever thought about how it's even a genetic thing? Like, you ever look at your hands and go, oh, I look like I have my grandmother's hands, or my hands look like my mother's, or something like that. It's all about that favoritism. But our hands are very distinctive. Some people have different shaped fingers, right? And that's going to help us today. Now, I did a presentation before where I compared Jay's hand and Haji's hand. And though it didn't look like Jay's hand in the blanket picture, a lot of you said it looks more like Brandon's. And I'm like, more? And I'm learning, and in order to improve with every case, I have to really open up my mind. And so I really do listen to everything you say in the comments down below after the video, as well as all of our live with our audience. And in that, a lot of you said, well, what about Brad's? Could it be Brad's? And I'm like, huh, that's a good question. Some of you were like, could it be Tom's? I'm like, that's a good question. So I broadened out my thoughts, and I began to work on this to see what the results were. I'm not going to tell you what my results were, other than I was a bit surprised. So I've designed a thumb lineup for you to take your own test. Now, we're going to first look at the thumb in the blanket photo, and then we're going to jump over and we're going to compare 4 different thumbs. You won't see a face. Now, I will be able to show you who those thumbs belong to by just uncropping the picture. You'll have who's the whole picture, right? But I thought it would be interesting today, and don't cheat and try to figure out through the picture who it is. Just go with the flow and think about the thumb. And we're going to find out if you choose A, B, C, or D. And in that, we're going to find out, who do you really think is in that thumb picture? I guess it's going to depend on what you answer for the test. All right, are you ready to take the test? I'm ready. So after this, after the presentation, after you take the test, I am going to restart the poll. So we're going to take what the results are now versus what the results are after the presentation and do a comparison to see if our overall general consensus changed after the presentation, okay? So, hello to everybody. Thank you, Debbie Gazzardo, Jennifer Swain, Rach, not that Rach, and Rach. I hope you get that tooth looked at and you're in out of pain, because you're one of the most amazing people to come on here, not feel good, and do that with us. My mods are, remember to put yourselves first, because you guys are so caring and generous with your time. All right, after that, after we're done with this, we're going to have the opportunity to jump over and on my second channel, which is 1111 Crime Story, where you get to give all your opinions and your thoughts and how it, either you were right all along or it changed your perspective or whatever. We'll get our blankets, our favorite drink, and we'll basically do a chat show, right? A true crime chat. Okay. Now, I'm going to try not to give my opinion much, and I'm going to disappear off screen because I want you to have the full-blown effect. Couple things to keep in mind. Whoever's thumb is in this picture is holding Jay's phone. That's why it matters. And so we really can't afford to get tunnel vision or do a half-ass. We need to do a full spectrum. And I believe I did a half-ass. And that is because after this, I didn't feel the same. So you guys opened my mind. We have a much more broad test. Now keep in mind, we don't have all the people's thumbs to compare. But let's talk about thumbs, right? Okay, get comfortable. Get your blanket in. I will disappear. Let me get this all over here for you guys. And hopefully you can see okay. Let me move something. Yeah, you can see. So we're going to start off with the blanket photo. All right? And obviously you've seen this before. I chopped it down to just the hand. And there's a reason. Let me turn the mic down a little bit because I feel like it's overpowering the... Let's see. I talk loud, so I have to watch my mic. I don't want to buzz, right? Hey, Tuchel Drew, Sharon Greenhorn. Hello, lovely. Hey, Chev. Good to see you all. KMP, Elizabeth Noble. And everybody that's here, welcome in. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. I'm Mama D. Let's roll. Thumb. That's all that's on my mind is the thumb. So in this, I wanted you to literally follow my mouse here and think of this. Let's do this. Let's insert a shape, okay? Let's just do a line. Let's turn that line red. And let's make it thicker. There's a reason I'm doing this. So we have a straight line, right? And we can take this line and we can put it down at the base of the thumb and we can turn it and hit the outside edge and see if we have a straight line thumb on either side. Right? And so obviously this is more of like an hourglass shape if you were to look at it that way. Let's go ahead and get that off the board. We'll just undo it all. Whoops. Okay. In that, think about the shape of what it actually reminds you of. So for me, it reminds me of, it goes out like this, and then it comes around, and it has a wider area. And then I'm just drawing this freehand with a mouse, y'all. Bear with me. And then it comes down. And even though it's bent, right, it almost looks like the joint has been broken. So the other thing I noticed is that there's a band of discoloration here. And it gets really dark right here, which could be because the thumb is bent and light isn't hitting that part as much. But I did notice that there's a distinct discoloration up in here, right? Like you can see there's some sort of, I don't know, just a different colored skin. Another thing that I noticed about this is, and it might be hard for you to see, but this person has what I call a high moon. Everybody has on the nail bed different placements of their moon, and this person has a rather high nail where it's white here and it's pink here. But what's also interesting, which is unusual, is this person's cuticle, which is the skin around the nail, actually does something a little different. It actually comes up and then goes down, which to me is strange because in most cases the cuticle kind of comes around the thumbnail like this, but this one doesn't. And so those were some of the things that I personally picked out. But I want you to look at that and tell me what are some of the things that you've noticed, because this person has a very distinct thumb. And like I said, this is the part, it's bulbous, if that makes sense. It's a big bulge where the thumb appears to have been severely jammed. It could be a genetic thing, but this joint in this person's thumb is quite large. Even where the thumbnail is here, You can see where the skin bulges out right here. So these are some of the observations that I wanted to share with you. And the other thing was, in looking at the hands themselves, which we'll get into as well, you can see how this person holds their smoke. You can also see that their nail beds are very short. And this is all skin here. No nail bed on this finger, right? So they either bite their nails on a regular time frame, which could be that's a very short, or they trim them extremely short. So that was some of the other things that I noticed. Now, what's interesting is this finger does not appear to be extra large, even though it would be the primary longest finger of all the fingers other than the thumb. So the thumb in itself, of course, is the largest, but this should be the second largest in general in most people's hands. However, this person appears to actually have a larger pointer finger, and the shape of it is more, what do you want to call it? Wider as it goes down. Whereas this just seems to be more straight, curves around, and goes back. This actually has more of a point. Could be the way the hand is being held. So, I wanted us to pick, take a little bit of a look here. So I've made it smaller and I grabbed A. So this is A, now try not to make a choice and stuff yet. Just let's look at all four to compare. All right? So let's look at this thumb. If we were to insert that line back in, let's go ahead and draw the line. Let's turn it red, and let's increase it. Okay, let's take this over here. Let's look at this thumb, and this is A, and you tell me, right, if you think it's pretty straight. Now here you can see it curves back, but the general feel of it is that this thumb looks pretty straight. Do you feel that this thumb, A, compares to this thumb? So if you feel this is a match, then, go ahead and put your A down on your whiteboard. Don't put it on the board yet till you've looked at everything. So to me, I see some of you are saying it looks slender, right? It looks slimmer. Very true. Much more, it does look a lot more slender. Does it have this bulge? Does it have this bulging joint anywhere? Do you see that? Okay. So if this is your choice, quite straight, but not the same. Right, because this is straight. Now remember, this person's flexing their joint a little bit there because they're holding on to a lighter. So do that with yourself. It is good, and widen your finger out a little bit. Right? A little bit. But if you think this is a match, then put it on your whiteboard and we'll head over. That's right. Put that thumb up on the board. Looks longer and slim, says Annie. Okay, don't worry about coloration of the hand, different times of the year, and all that could be the reason. So don't look at the coloration. Look at the shape. No big knuckle on A. Thank you, Jennifer. So we're missing the big knuckle, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. Now we have choice B. I want you to be straight up. Let's go back over here and grab this so we don't have to make it again. Straight up. Think of this. Do we have, let's get the straight test, right? Let's put it down here. Well, let's put it over here. All right. We do have some rounding, right? We have some rounding. But there's something wrong here. This nail bed extends past the person's finger a little bit, so they do have a little bit of nails, but also what I noticed as a difference for me is, why is it not letting me draw? Okay. It's not leaving me to draw. Okay, I'll let you decide. Is the nail bed the same? Do we have the bulge in the... It looks right in the weight, right? A lot of you are saying it's a lugster. Guess what? It's definitely not mine, says Walker. That's me. That's good. Okay, probably Luggy, everybody says. Okay, keep going. Hey, Katie Bug. Miss you, lovely. Hey, North Gal. Sluggy Luggy is JS, the troll. I ain't worried about the troll. Nikki UK, the reflection on the lighter looks like someone in a white top and even white dress. I'll leave that to you. I'm not working on a lighter, you guys. I am working on this thumb. Not the same for me, says Ocean Deep 24. Smaller nail shape looks square in my opinion, says Annie. B thumb looks shorter. Thank you. Way too straight. Too short and stubby, says David. Okay, so B. So A or B, I've showed you that. Now let's go to C. Now, I want you to look at C. We still have another choice after this, but I want you to look at this. On this person, they have very straight fingers. They do not have bulgy joints. Whoops, didn't mean to stretch the picture out of way. But I wanted us to look at the thumb. See the thumb, same person here. And in here, they're holding their cigarette the way they hold their cigarette. This is how they hold their smoke. Fingers straight out, which they're not holding a lighter, so they would have curled their fingers in to hold the lighter. I don't know, but look at that thumb. So we have a pretty straight view of this person. They also have very thin fingers, very thin thumb, right? C so far is best than any. They do have wiry fingers. Yeah, very thin, nimble. Look at that, nimble. For me, it's not a match. Maybe it is for you, simply because I don't see any nimble. I see meat on the bone here. But that doesn't mean it couldn't be your match. So go ahead and let me see where I can put this. This is C. That's Brad, in your opinion? Could be. Slim fingers, short nail. Brad is the best, Laura says. Remember, it's C, not Brad. We're not doing that part yet. Hi, Claire. Remember, it's C. Don't give it away. The nails match on C. Okay. Let's go to last choice. I'm not going to say nothing. This is choice D. This person's holding a cigarette. This is choice D. I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up. There it is. Oh my God. Thank you, Ocean Deep 24. I'm not saying shit. What the F, Shiv? It's a match, Prime Candy. OMG again. D is a match. Match. Wow. Hi all. Sorry. Poppy, get ready to have your mind blow. D is a match. Oh my God. D. Morning, everyone. Match. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Where's our goat? D is a match. D is a match. D is a match. D is a match. Guess whose thumb this is? Guess whose damn thumb this is. Are you effing kidding me? Whose thumb do you think it is now? Everything's a match. Because it's the same damn hand. Guess who had Jay's phone? OMG! Sorry, I'm yelling. Match. TH. Tom. It's Tom's thumb. Tom's thumb. We got him. It's over. We cracked the Jay Slater case, you guys. Boom! It's over, Tom. This can be taken to court. This is their own evidence. This is Jay Slater's phone. That's Tom's thumb. You son of a bean. It blew my mind. You guys chose this. You had no idea whose thumb that was. You chose this. I got accused of poisoning the jury in a sense by subliminally telling you guys who to choose and what you're going to see in my videos. So that's why I did it this way. And thank you for saying that, because that pissed me off, but it made me really critique how I present my material. You guys are the ones that matched it, not me. We have cracked the Jay Slater case! I can't believe it. I need a sweet tea drink. You need meds? I do. I need like a sedative sleep for a couple days. Now I'm going to tell you something. Here's Tom's little video that it came from. Are you ready for this shite? Get ready, lovelies. Here we go. Pay close attention. Game over, Tom. Game over, buddy. Show your hand. Okay, let's go back. Let's go real slow. In here, he does a picture. Right there. He's smoking a cigarette. And as this video was flying by, it was sent to me because they were saying that one of the pictures in this video looked like the Snap AP watch shot, and I tried to find it and I couldn't. But anyway, as I'm going through the lovely person's email and seeing their video that they're sharing with me from Tom, this picture was in this video, and I was like, hold the gosh dang phone! He's smoking a cigarette, y'all. So. Big note, everybody that said this is most likely Tom. Because you're probably right, baby. You're probably right. Hats off to you, Wax Unfiltered. You always said to you it looked like TH. I think you could be right. Hats off to everybody that was like, is that Tom? Is Jay actually falling backwards in reverse? Is that why his face loses all hope? Because this is Tom. I don't know. Was Jay lured over on holiday for retaliation from his past, just like John George Hardy? That's our next video, and all the pieces are beginning to match. This is where you're going to jump on our second channel and give me all your theories, give me your thoughts, tell me I'm crazy, tell me I shouldn't scream in the mic, tell me I shouldn't get excited. I believe we have literally cracked the case. I seriously do. I really, really do. Because Jay's long thumbs do not match. Right? Doesn't work. This is Haji's, right? Let's go get, let's just go back up here where we got them all. There's Jay's. If you said A, you picked J as a match. So put your answer now. Put your answer what you thought. Everybody said D, but we'll go with it. Here's B, Haji. If you stuck with C, then you chose Brad. And if you chose D, then you chose that Tom Hilton's hand is holding Jay's phone in Masca at the Airbnb with Ab, and where the L is Jay. DL day. DL day. I feel lighter. I feel lighter. My body feels lighter. I feel like my brain is lighter. Everything will fall into place now. I had to have, for me to seriously lock in and keep pushing these narratives in these series until it just hit. It had to be this one photograph. Let me shrink it down and uncrop it so that you can see that this is indeed Tom Hilton's hand. Miss Skeptical, thank you, lovely. That is so kind of you, my beautiful. Thank you for the $49.99 snooper chat. Thank you, my love. Let me get chat pinned. Oh, I think I do. Yes, thank you. I'm going to come up to top. Whoa, I bounced my, I freaked out because I stay on cases until it happens. And for this to have happened, I have been like, I sat on it 2-3 days to really look at this. And in my heart of hearts, I couldn't not lock in, because I'm like, that's it. That's the final straw, the final piece I needed. And it happened to come right off Tom's own little braggy ass website. And I always knew ego would do this person in. And that little snap, I don't care when it was taken, was exactly what I needed for me personally. And you may have a completely different opinion. I'm sure we'll get trolled to death after this, because you know we're right. You know we own it. Now, I'm not saying that he did anything, but did he? Did he? What are your thoughts? Did he do? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you another secret. I did a tarot read last night alone. But before I did it, I went and watched my original tarot reading on the Jay Slater case. And I knew nothing about the case then. And it pointed to this guy. And I was like, okay, how can it be that exact? Like, it told it. And I'm like, damn, it was right all along. So it strengthens me in my tarot reading. Another thing I pulled cards on was that little baby, Caleb, that was 1-year-old. I didn't know anything about the case, so I tested myself last night, and I actually got the full gosh dang detail everything was on the board. I watched the video of what the news is reporting, and it blew my mind. It was straight up on the money. All of it's on the table. So I find that interesting that I thought I was cutting corners, but I wasn't. I was just getting some answers that now we need to go find the proof for. So tarot does work for me, in the sense that it tells me the direction I should have stayed in, right? But in the end result, I got the exact same answer. The difference is now I have something to submit, right? Hardcore, that even law enforcement can't go, well, it's just a tarot reader. Okay? So it worked hand in hand. It's a spiritual and physical world. We have to follow our intuition. We need to be more confident, apparently, in our skills, right? If we feel it, we should really look at it. Aw, peekaboo. Thank you, lovely, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, lovely. This blew my mind. I would not have thought in a million years to compare Tom's thumb to the B&B. It just was so far out there, and I wasn't even looking to compare the thumb. I was watching this video, and this picture popped, and I was like, what was that? Whoever this picture is, this is the person in the B&B picture, right? And I grabbed the B&B picture and this, and I'm like, what? I gotta really look at this. I've got to really digest what this means before I just put it out there. So, always trust your gut, woman, says Seeking Justice. Debbie Mustar says, the picture in the car when you did the face comparison, it was Tom. And I second-guessed myself too much. You did too, Sarah. Went back and watched that old video. It's shocking. Shocking. On this planet that will convince me that that's not Tom's thumb. I'm not saying you have to choose to believe that. I encourage you to do your own research and form your own opinion. I try to present it as in like thumb D, thumb A, thumb whatever. And I was happy that none of you knew about, or most of you weren't aware of the photograph of Tom's thumb, because then you wouldn't know whose thumb it was. If you did choose it, you'd just be like, hey, that matches, right? If you thought that. Right, Elizabeth Noble, we don't have any proof of Tom being in Tenerife, sadly, though, unless this is proof right here. This could be somehow a photograph of the man's hand. It would need to be forensically analyzed by a judicial team, but they need to. I would highly recommend it. And yes, that could be proof. If your hand matches, then they can go through and find a search warrant to find out if you crossed the border, if your passport was used, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this opens the door to the truth. 3D printed hand, Tank says. What? Aw, thank you, Lisa Foster. Says, I've done an amazing work, probably more than the police. We don't know what the police are doing. We don't know yet. Maybe they're on it. I hope. Walker, that's me. You're 100% right, in my opinion. The evidence is there. I believe is in the club, Karen Bell. Kitty says, so Tom was staying at the Airbnb, in our opinion, and Abe's job was to befriend and take him up there. Now, a lot of you feel a certain way about Benji off of the Club Central podcast, and I know they did a live today. And I don't care how you feel about him, because I don't really have an opinion on him. I could care less about Benji. All he's doing is trying to sell his wine. That's it. Just trying to sell his wine. But he did bring up something, and I've been wondering what that sound was. Wasn't quite chains, and it wasn't quite bottles. So I was like, what exactly is that? I've heard that before. Now, one thing I've always had in a weird way is I've been able to recognize a voice without seeing a face. I can recognize sounds really good. Like I could be doing dishes and somebody's watching a TV show and I'm like, that's so-and-so. And they're like, how do you know that? And I'm like, I could hear their voice. Anyway, so I had heard this sound because I bartended and they had NOS cans at that place, right? Truth train blaring through, right? And these little NOS cans sound specific as they tinkle together. Tinkle-ling-ling. Well, Benji said, I can tell you exactly what that sound is. And I said, what? This is over on our second channel. He came over there. And I said, what? And he said, they're NOS cans. And instantly I was like, oh, you are right. Chink. And I'm doing that little, sound of the checkmark box. Blink. Yep. Checkbox screen. That's NOS. Now get this crap. NOS is for the balloons, right? Laughing gas. NOS. Check this shite out. OMG, let's get over to that video. What's he holding? A balloon, right? A balloon, because this is one of Tom's favorite things. And they even call themselves Balloon Boys. Let's make sure the sound is off so I don't get a copy. Okay, let's play it. I'm going to disappear again. Okay, here we go, you guys. Low-key weekend. I be in the loop. Right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Back that crap up. What you showing off there? Look at all that. Okay. Let's just watch a minute. What are we coming up to? They all like to point, right? Yep. Another balloon, only green, right? And what was that? Something pointing right at us, right? A pew-pew, whether it's fake or not, I don't know. Balloon, pew-pew, 44, 46, 48, 44. They're driving somewhere. What's that say? Balloon Boys, SG. What were they taking in there? That was a box of NOS containers, most likely, that we're hearing clinking together. See? It was a pew-pew, right, Buckshot George? You got it, Toyota. All right. Time to jump off here, you guys. I'm going to come up to the top side. I bet you got a lot to say. I know you do, and I can't wait to share it. So let's go ahead. Let's look at this. You guys started out with Brandon. We will do a poll over on the other channel. If your opinion has changed, let me grab a screenshot of this so that we can do a comparison for the next time we get together. Okay, so originally you guys were at 47% Brandon, 19% Brad, 7% Jay Slater, 27% of you said originally Tom, and there was 277 votes, so let's grab a copy of that, and let's put it on a little board over here. We'll just store it there. And then, for those of you that want to continue on with me, I'd be so delighted if you just do the jump, right? So we're going to do the time whoop again. Oh, that sounded so out of tune. Anyway, you're going to jump over, get your blanket. You'll have a few minutes to get your favorite snack, get your favorite beverage. We're going to snuggle up together, and I'm going to hear your side of things. Debbie Gazzardo, 12 months, a full year as a starlight. Thank you, my beautiful. And as a mod, you've been wonderful. I'm grateful for all my mods. Thank you, Debbie Gazzardo. I love you guys. Are you ready for the outro? Let me get PowerPoint off. Get the logo off. Are you ready to do the jump? All right. Let's do the time warp again. That really sounded off. Just a jump to our left. And bring your knees in tight.